Now he's learning what was said behind closed doors, including who a witness says pulled the trigger.
And he's saying things in these interviews that I got questions about.
Breaking news just in. We've got the scandalous details that are flipping the script on who was behind 2Pac's tragic 1996 assassination. For years, the infamous demise of the legendary rapper has been shrouded in mystery and filled with whispers about who was truly responsible. You might have believed it was Orlando Anderson, the notorious gang member, but recent revelations tell a different, even more shocking story.
I hope the Vegas Police Department do their due diligence and get down to the bottom of it.
The media is abuzz as documents reveal that a certain man from the Southside Compton Crips, Devontae Lee, has made a bombshell claim. He spilled that it wasn't Anderson, but rather another notorious figure, Southside's DeAndre Big Dre Smith, who was the real triggerman on that fateful night. But hold on to your hats because there's more. The twist in the tale is that allegedly they weren't acting alone. Yes, they were purportedly carrying out orders from none other than Bad Boy Records mastermind Diddy.
What makes you say you lost your empire because of Puffy? Why you say that?
So if I go to jail, you need to be handcuffed to me.
The plot thickens as it's unveiled that on the night of September 7, 1996, Anderson, Smith, Terrence Brown, and Dwayne Keefe D. Davis were all spotted in a white Cadillac. With Diddy's name now surfacing in connection with this high-profile case, the industry is left reeling. The details are still pouring in, but one thing's for sure. We're at the edge of our seats, waiting for what's next.
So many people in music and Hollywood fear this guy, Diddy, as if he's untouchable, and even the
Sugar Diddy.
Amid the swirling rumors and conspiracy theories, new information surfaces that's set to reshape our understanding of the tragic night 2Pac Shakur was shot. It was long accepted that Orlando Anderson, a now deceased gang member, was the one who took 2Pac's life that fateful evening in 1996. But Channel 13's recent findings, gleaned from a Clark County grand jury transcript, cast doubt on this narrative.
Metro Police showing this diagram Friday with Orlando Anderson, Davis's nephew, and DeAndre Smith in the back seat.
Devontae Lee, affiliated with the Southside Compton Crips, has come forward with a revelation. Contrary to the popular belief, it was not Anderson but another member of the Southside Crips, DeAndre Big Dre Smith, who pulled the trigger on September 7, 1996. As 2Pac rode shotgun next to Suge Knight in the BMW, a white Cadillac containing Anderson, Smith, Terrence Brown, and Dwayne Keefe Davis pulled up beside them. This much is undisputed. However, the shooter's identity has long been a subject of debate.
As they were in the white Cadillac, Mr. Davis took the gun that he had obtained and provided it to the passengers in the rear seat of the vehicle.
Grilled before the grand jury, Lee was questioned about Smith's claim that Davis handed the firearm to Anderson. Lee confirmed, "That's exactly what he told me." Yet, the narrative shifts as Lee describes that fateful moment. Anderson, he said, couldn't get a clean shot at 2Pac from his position. Recognizing this, Smith quickly intervened, stating, "He's on my side, basically, I'll do it." Smith's chilling words followed, "Give me the pistol." The motivation behind this cold-blooded act? Retaliation. Earlier that evening at the McGim Grand Hotel in Las Vegas, Anderson found himself at the receiving end of punches and kicks from 2Pac's entourage in the hotel lobby. Metro homicide investigator Jason Johansson pointed out in a news conference, little did any know that it is this incident that would ultimately lead to the retaliation shooting and demise of 2Pac Shakur. The background. It's a tale of gang rivalries. Members of the mob Piru Street gang, closely associated with the Bloods, provided security for Death Row Records. They had a tumultuous relationship with their Southern California adversaries, the Southside Crips. Tensions came to a head when investigators identified Davis as the brain behind the plot to target Shakur in retaliation for the Megem Grand altercation.
I think the best way to characterize that is Dwayne Davis was the shot caller for this group of individuals that committed this crime.
As the court date looms, Davis, now the sole living suspect, faces charges of open assassination. In a haunting twist, Keith D admits in his memoir that he's one of only 2 living witnesses to 2Pac's assassination.
You was cool with it, right? So was you a Tupac fan before, when you joined Death Row?
Yeah, it was cool. Tupac, he was out there as a rapper.
Despite nearly 30 years having passed since the tragic drive by shooting on the Las Vegas Strip that claimed 2Pac Shakur's life, the determination to find his assassin has never waned. Las Vegas Sheriff Kevin McMahon emphasized any notion that 2Pac's assassination wasn't a priority for our department is simply misguided. Lieutenant Jason Johansson of the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department came forth with a statement. "Our investigation has led us straight to the doorstep of Dwayne Keefe Davis. The accumulated evidence over the past 5 years is nothing short of comprehensive," Johansson told reporters in a recent press meeting. In shedding light on the body of evidence, authorities revealed a meticulously crafted timeline that inexorably linked Davis to the crime.
We are here today to announce the arrest of 60-year-old Dwayne Keith
Aged 60, Davis is not just the last living suspect in this long-standing case, but was identified as the ringleader of the Southside Compton Crips gang, the very gang that hatched the revenge plot against Tupac. This compelling narrative takes a sharp turn with Davis's 2019 memoir, Compton Street Legend, where he makes astonishing admissions, recounting his ascension in the notorious Southern California gang, culminating in running a nationwide substance empire. Adding another layer to this already convoluted tale, the police, earlier, raided a house connected to Davis, one of the few surviving witnesses to 2Pac's assassination. This very house belonged to the uncle of Orlando Baby Lane Anderson, a known rival of Shakur's. Among the items recovered were multiple computers, a Vibe magazine featuring Shakur, a copy of Davis's memoir, and several .40 caliber bullets. The Las Vegas neighborhood was abuzz as the raid took place. It was quite the scene. SWAT, cruisers, lights, everywhere, commented Don Sansucci, a local resident who witnessed the police operation. But what has truly set the rumor mill ablaze is the news that this case will be presented before a grand jury in Las Vegas. Davis' memoir, a source of intrigue, sheds light on the intricate web surrounding Tupac and Biggie's assassinations. I've been an eyewitness to Tupac's assassination and know the larger narrative encompassing both his and Biggie's ends, Davis candidly shared. Despite the twists and turns, the root of the deadly rivalry remains clear. The East Coast-West Coast feud in the mid-90s was the backdrop to a series of tragic events, drawing lines in the sand within the hip-hop community. In his memoir, Davis reveals his 2010 confession to authorities, aiming to shield himself and his gang from potential life sentences. Though skeptical of their promises, they upheld their end, and not one of us faced jail, Davis wrote. Emerging from the maze of Davis's memories, Compton streets pulsate with history. Born amidst the promise of Watts, California, Davis's story began even before the family's migration to Compton. His account of the windfall at the Agua Caliente racetrack in Tijuana reveals a turn of fortune. A $50,000 win transformed the trajectory of his family's American dream. That sum, nearly equal to $1 million in today's currency, heralded the arrival of 2 new cars and a Compton house. Davis describes the area of their 1965 move as a middle-class haven for Black families. But over time, as the only Black family initially, they witnessed a shift in demographics as white families began their exodus, a metamorphosis he likened to cockroaches fleeing when lights illuminate. Amidst the backdrop of these transitions stood Davis, one among 12 siblings. While his early life was filled with familial bonds, it was also marked by profound loss. The specter of colon cancer took away his mother in 1980, a disease Davis himself grappled with decades later but survived. Tragically, 2 of his brothers met untimely ends, one succumbing to cancer and the other to the violent rhythms of Compton's streets. Diving deeper into the undercurrents of Compton's gang world, Davis recounts his early association with Marion Suge Knight, the CEO of Death Row Records. This connection began when he was merely 9.
Surprise, number one, because I didn't think Keefy D would never get arrested.
Drawn into the gravitational pull of the Crips by 1971, Davis's involvement was a reflection of the neighborhood zeitgeist. However, with the ebb and flow of time, a stint in Compton College led him to the allure of substance dealing. Rapid monetary gains seduced him into the dangerous dance of the streets. As we delve further, the name Compton Street Legend resonates. It's the title of Davis's 2019 memoir, where he reveals his meteoric rise within the Southside Compton Crips. He wasn't just another member. He was a shot caller, overseeing a vast substance empire that spanned the nation. This influence wasn't without its tribulations. A prison sentence from 1985 to 1989 didn't reform him. Instead, it chiseled him into a hardened gangster. His revelations also draw us closer to the core of his association with Tupac Shakur's demise. At 46, while grappling with federal substance charges, he approached the authorities, not seeking redemption, but a reprieve. They would shred the indictment Davis shared, unveiling his side of the quid pro quo. As we continue our investigation, the intricate web surrounding Tupac's tragic end becomes increasingly convoluted. The echoes of accusations targeting Diddy, whose real name is Sean Combs, have grown louder.
Puffy put out this claim of, I'll pay $1 million if you get rid of Tupac and Suge. Tupac is now gone.
The arrest of Keefy D, also known as Dwayne Davis, has brought renewed attention to the possibility of Diddy's involvement in the case. Yet, the emergence of another name, Eric Von Zip, further complicates matters. Rumors swirl suggesting that while Diddy may have allegedly paid Zip for involvement in the plot against Tupac, Keefy D was left out of the financial loop. This narrative, if true, casts an even darker shadow over Diddy, sparking speculation on his role and responsibility in the tragic events of September 1996.
I feel like Puffy owe you?
Yeah, he should. I think he should look out. He look out for everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
Keefy D's frustration is palpable. In recent discussions, particularly in his Sit Down with the Art of Dialogue, he lamented the trajectory his life took after meeting Diddy. Recounting an incident from the early 90s involving an Usher music video, Keefe detailed how he was introduced to Diddy. The rapper had requested lowriders for a shoot, and Keefe D had provided them. Usher's energetic dance routine had dented one of the cars, but Diddy had acted honorably, reimbursing Keefe D for the damage. This early encounter, innocent on the surface, would have far-reaching consequences. Keefe D expressed deep regret over their relationship, linking it to his involvement in the tragic events that led to 2Pac's demise. "If I wouldn't have ever met him, I wouldn't have ever been involved in this mess," Keefe D poignantly noted. He went on to discuss the broader impact, hinting at the fall of empires, notably his and Shug's, with Diddy emerging as the sole victor, further fueling speculation about the rap mogul's role. A reminder to our listeners, while speculation is rife and connections are being drawn, the journey to justice is intricate. Keefe D's revelations, combined with the ongoing police investigation, promise to illuminate corners of this case that have remained in darkness for too long. The question that remains is, will the true orchestrators behind 2Pac's demise ever be unmasked? Write your thoughts in the comments below, and we'll see you around.